Hello everybody, welcome back to Matty Reacts, the channel where we take a look at things we've never watched or listened to before. And if I'm correct, I think I'm correct, let me just double check this, but I don't think we have covered Good Charlotte on this channel before. We have not. Which probably makes sense because I think the last album was like 6 or 7 years ago. And I have only been doing this channel for just over a year, I think. But I love Good Charlotte. Their earlier albums were some of the first pop punk albums I listened to, along with Sum 41. You know, I would listen to them in, God, when would I listen to them? Probably, you know, 03, 04. And it was then, you know, about a year later that I started listening to American Idiot by Green Day, because I was a little bit late to that. And then from there, really, I just opened everything up. But I distinctly remember getting a Good Charlotte album for Christmas while I was still at school. So yeah, they are one of the first bands that I really started listening to that were in this genre. I've been to see them live. I think they're a brilliant act live as well. And I'm just really interested to see what they're coming out with now, because obviously they're not the young men they once were. They're older than I am, and I'm not young. But yeah, I'm just really interested to see what we get. I think as they've gotten older, their songs have been less punk in terms of the topics that they cover. You know, it was all about sticking it to the man when they were younger. And I think as they've got older, it's a lot less about that. But I don't care, because pop punk music doesn't have to always be with a punk attitude. It's just where it draws inspiration sonically from. I'm presuming that Rejects is talking about, you know, before I've listened to it or even read the lyrics, I'm presuming it's going to be about them feeling like rejects because of how they look. Because obviously anyone who's ever gone through a time in their life when they've been looked at as emo or goth or grubby, or, you know, anyone who has tattoos tends to get the looks sometimes. They would have felt that. So I think it's probably about that. So let's have a look, shall we? This is Rejects by Good Charlotte. Is it just me, or does this sound like She Hates Me by Puddle of Mud at the start? I was little, playing in the dirt, no one with me, there were no words that hurt, and all my friends, they were in sex, like all my feelings, I didn't know them yet. Sometimes I still wish I wasn't born at all. What an odd song. This isn't Good Charlotte like at all. Oh no, so it's about the friends being rejects. Come on, give me a really good chorus. Okay, so that chorus, much better. Versus very odd, not Good Charlotte like at all. But I'm willing to see bands that have been around for so long. You know, sometimes they've got to experiment and sound different. That's fine. Chorus sounded really good. However, lyrically, I said whatever. I was never clever. It's just like, come on, you can do a bit better than that. Don't just like read out of a rhyme book. It's not the strongest they've ever been lyrically. I mean, it's catchy. It's catchy even with that, you know, rhymezone.net writing. Okay, Good Charlotte are now all aliens. And he's on mushrooms. Oh, it's Clay Nation that did it, was it? Very good. Okay. Yeah, I think, like I say, the chorus was really good in terms of how it sounded. The verses not a huge fan of. The lyrics could be tightened up a little bit, but all in all, I think a really positive song. And it makes me look forward to what might come next. I think there is an album coming. I'd love to listen to the album, so I will. And I hope for something a bit more along my sort of how I like to listen to Good Charlotte when the album comes. Because like I say, this was getting there, but not quite there. But, you know, this band has been going for over 20 years. They are going to have to release songs that sound different sometimes. So I don't begrudge them sounding a little bit different. Yeah. Thank you very much for dropping by. And I'll see you again for another reaction video very, very, very soon.